In the shimmering heat of ancient Egypt, among a pantheon of gods driven by power and intrigue, a secret life began. This was the story of Anubis, the jackal-headed god, whose existence started not in glory, but in fear. He was the son of a forbidden affair between Nephthys and the great god Osir, his mother. Nephthys was the wife of the cruel and ambitious Set, and she cradled her infant son in terror. Every rustle of the reeds along the Nile sounded like her husband's approaching footsteps, and her heart pounded with the fear that his rage would discover her child to save him. Nephthys made a decision that would tear her soul apart. She placed the baby Anubis into a woven reed basket, kissed his forehead a final, desperate time, and set him adrift on the currents of the great river. She entrusted his fate to the waters and the mercy of the gods. As the basket floated away, destiny took hold. It was Isis, the powerful and devoted wife of Osiris, who found the child. She saw the divine spark in his eyes and, with boundless compassion, recognized him as one of her own. She took him from the water and raised him as her son, shielding him from the world's dangers under Isis's loving care. Anubis grew up feeling cherished and safe. His new mother was gentle and protective, teaching him the first words of magic and filling his young mind with tales of the gods. He was a quiet, observant child, a warm and beloved member of his new family. He found a brother in his cousin, Horus. The two were inseparable. Their laughter would echo across the Nile as they played along its banks. Two young gods in the sun-drenched days of their youth. Horus was boisterous, bold and confident, while Anubis was thoughtful and watchful, the perfect balance to his cousin's fiery spirit. But as the boys blossomed into young men, Anubis began to feel a profound difference between himself and those around him. While Horus radiated the bright, golden confidence of a future king, Anubis found himself drawn to the shadows. To the quiet mysteries of the world, he felt no desire for grand feasts or the thrilling hunt for power. Instead, he was pulled toward the silent dusk, that thin, shimmering veil that separates the world of the living from the land of the dead. Whispers began to slither through the palace. Halls gossip about the jackal-headed god's true origins. Anubis felt lost. His unique form, a constant reminder of a secret he didn't understand. He would often sit alone on the desert dunes, gazing west as the sun bled into the horizon, feeling a strange and powerful kinship with the realm of spirits. Meanwhile, a dark poison was brewing in the heart of Set. His jealousy of his brother, Osiris, had festered into a venomous hatred. He loathed the love and prosperity Osiris brought to Egypt and its people, working in the shadows. Set crafted a malevolent plan to seize the throne, a plot that would soon plunge the entire kingdom to an age of darkness and sorrow. The tragedy unfolded during a magnificent banquet. Set, with a triumphant smile, presented a beautifully carved chest. He declared it a gift for any god who could fit perfectly inside. One by one, the gods tried and failed. When the trusting and good-natured Osiris lay down within it, he found it a perfect fit. In that instant, Set and his conspirators slammed the heavy lid shut, sealed it with molten lead, and hurled the chest into the swirling waters of the Nile. The cries of the gods shattered the peace of the heavens as Osiris was lost to them. Isis and Nephthys were utterly broken by the news. Their grief was a tangible thing, a heavy cloak that followed them as they wandered the length and breadth of Egypt, desperately searching for the chest that held the body of their beloved. Oh, Is. Their tears of sorrow watered the fertile lands, but despair was their only companion. Yet, Set's cruelty was far from over. He discovered the chest first, and in a final, horrifying act of desecration, he tore his brother's body into 14 pieces. He then scattered them across the land, ensuring, he believed, that the king could never be made whole again. With Osiris gone, a dark age of chaos and fear descended upon Egypt. Under Set's tyrannical rule, the delicate balance of Maat, the cosmic principle of order, truth and justice, was shattered. The Nile, The very lifeblood of the nation failed to flood. Crops withered and died in the fields. A great and terrible fear gripped the hearts of mortals. The land of Egypt grew sick, poisoned by its usurper king, and cried out for the return of its rightful ruler. Witnessing the profound sorrow of his two mothers, Isis and Nephthys, Anubis, now a determined young man, felt a divine calling stirred deep within his soul. His keen jackal senses, his innate and mysterious connection to the great beyond, told him that he was the key. He went to the grieving goddesses and made a solemn promise. He would be their guide. He would help them find what was lost. Anubis led Isis and Nephthys on a perilous journey. They crossed scorching deserts where the sun beat down without mercy, and navigated treacherous marshes teeming with hidden dangers, guided by his supernatural senses. Anubis unerringly located the first piece of Osiris's body. The moment was one of profound grief, but it also ignited a fragile spark of hope. Their quest was not in vain. The journey continued, from the lush, fertile delta in the north to the barren, rocky wastes of the south. With every piece of Osiris they recovered, Anubis's own strength and confidence grew. He was no longer the lost child adrift on the river. He was the wayfinder, a beacon of hope shining in an ocean of despair. They found every piece of the fallen king, except for one. The final part was hidden within a ruined temple, guarded by monstrous, shadowy creatures fiercely loyal to Set to retrieve it. Anubis didn't rely on brute force. Instead, he embraced his true nature. He moved like a shadow in the night, his silence and his cunning becoming his greatest weapons. He slipped past the guardians, his movements unseen, his presence unfelt, and recovered the last piece of his father at last. All the scattered parts of Osiris were gathered. And then, with an instinctual wisdom that seemed to flow from the universe itself, Anubis began a ritual the world had never seen. He used natron salts to purify the body, anointed it with fragrant oils, and carefully, reverently, wrapped it in long strips of pure white linen. This was the world's first embalming, the first act of mummification. When the final strip of linen was in place, Anubis had completed his great work. He had created the first mummy, a perfect and preserved vessel for the soul of Osiris to once again inhabit. In that sacred moment, Anubis discovered his true purpose. He was not a creature of shadow and shame, but the guardian of transition, the preserver of order between the world of the living and the world of the dead. With the body now whole and preserved, Isis and Nephthys summoned their formidable magic for the great rite of rebirth. A brilliant, blinding light enveloped the mummy, and in that light, Osiris lived again. He was not reborn into the world of mortals, but as the immortal, eternal king of the Duat, the Egyptian underworld Alis looked upon the son who had so diligently saved him. He saw not a child of betrayal, but a worthy and powerful God who now held the keys to eternity itself. He officially bestowed upon Anubis the sacred duty of guiding and protecting the dead. He named him Kenti Amenchu, the foremost of the Westerners, and Aput, the opener of the ways, while Anubis began his solemn duties in the realm of the dead. His cousin Horus, now a mighty warrior god, prepared to challenge Set for the throne of the living. Fueled by a righteous fury, Horus rallied the gods to his side, ready to avenge his father and restore order to the mortal world. His path was one of worldly justice, a war fought under the sun. Anubis's path lay in the silent, eternal halls of the afterlife. Anubis took his rightful place in the great hall of two truths. Here, he became the keeper of the scales of justice. In one pan of the scales, he would place the heart of the deceased, the vessel of their thoughts and deeds in life. In the other, he placed the single pure white feather of Mat, the symbol of truth and cosmic order. He stood as a solemn, impartial, and incorruptible arbiter of destiny. He gently guided each soul as it stood before the scales. With a calm, deep voice, he would explain the judgment. reassuring the trembling spirits that this was not an act of punishment, but of balance. He was not a fearsome judge to be dreaded, but a compassionate guide in a soul's most critical and defining moment. If a heart, heavy with sin and misdeeds, outweighed the delicate feather, the soul was judged unworthy and fed to the monstrous crocodile-headed demon, Amit, the devourer of the dead. But if the heart was pure and light, balanced perfectly against the feather of truth, Anubis would declare the soul, Makeru, true of voice. He would then personally lead them into the field of reeds, a blissful paradise and an eternity of peace at his side. The ibis-headed god Thoth, the divine scribe of wisdom and writing, worked in silent partnership. As Anubis weighed each heart, Thoth meticulously recorded the verdict on a long papyrus scroll, ensuring that the eternal laws of the universe were upheld with perfect accuracy and justice. The life of Anubis, which began in shadow, fear, and rejection, found its ultimate meaning in service to the cosmic order of all things. He who was once abandoned became the comforter of the lost. He who was once a secret became the guardian of the most sacred. Transition of all, he is the quiet of eternity, the merciful protector who walks forever between the two worlds, ensuring that for every soul, every end is just a new beginning. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into mythology, don't forget to like Sue.